Who knows more about saving money while protecting our environment than our Premier? Nobody! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the Premier of Ontario, Dalton McGuinty.
Mel, I've decided I'm bringing you back and you're coming on my campaign bus. That was a fabulous introduction. You know, it's great to be here today with Mel and to be here in this wonderful new store, to be here with Blaine and so many of the other executives from Bad Boy. Though I must say I am missing my favorite last man, that's Marilyn, Mel's much better half. Now, Mel, there's a story which I told on the radio this morning. I'm not sure whether or not it's true, but it's become part of the mythology. And apparently at one point in time, somebody approached Mrs. Lastman and said, would you still love Mel if he wasn't rich and famous? She thought for a moment and said, oh, I'd still love him. I'd miss him, but I'd love him. She's a very sharp lady. Mel, at the outset, let me just thank you and Blaine, and through you, all Ontario business people and entrepreneurs. You know, we're really proud of the fact that during the course of the past 4 years, here in Ontario, the economy has generated 340,000 new jobs. We've lost a few jobs, but for every one we've lost, we've created 3 more. I'd like to lay claim to making all of that happen, but I didn't. It's because people like Mel and Blaine and other entrepreneurs throughout the province take risks. They go to the bank, they borrow money, they make investments. They then hire people to work for them, and those people in turn can be in a better position to support their families. So thank you so much to Mel and Blaine and all the executives here at Bad Boy, and through you to all Ontario entrepreneurs for the risks that you take and for the very important contributions you make to the quality of life that we all enjoy together here in Ontario. I'm so pleased that this has been the most successful Bad Boy launch ever. I think that speaks to the dynamism of this community, to its vitality, to its sense of optimism. If people are going out and making purchases and investing and improving their standards of living and the quality of life they enjoy in their homes, that speaks volumes about their sense of the possibilities and their sense of optimism for their future. I asked Terry if I could pick up a new dishwasher while I was here. She said, don't be ridiculous, the one that I've got works fine. I said, all right then, well, can I at least pick up a pair of rubber gloves? I have to think about that one, yeah? Mel opened his first Bad Boy store and began this successful family chain over 50 years ago. The Lastmans have contributed so much to our province over the years. Mel in particular has been an active voice on many important issues in many important ways. Climate change is a big issue for all of us, and we can all do something to help. You know, it turns out, and there's no doubt about this anymore, that of the millions of species that cohabit our tiny planet, one of those, ours, is entirely responsible for actually changing the weather. You know, had you told me that, you know, some 30, 40 years ago, I couldn't have believed that. But it turns out that we are actually changing the weather. Our activities are actually changing the weather in a harmful way. Now, that's the bad news. The good news is that we are the only species blessed with this magnificent capacity to innovate and to imagine, to see beyond today to what things might be like tomorrow, so we can tackle this together. Since 2003, we've done our part to lead the fight against greenhouse gas emissions that threaten our environment, our economy, and our way of life. We've reduced our reliance on coal by 1/3 so far. We've gone from being last place to first place in Canada when it comes to wind energy. You know, when I got this job as Premier, we had 10 wind turbines. Today we have nearly 700. We're investing heavily in rapid transit. We look forward to making an investment in this community. And we said we'd pick up 2/3 of the tab on that. That's a new precedent for Ontario. We're protecting a green belt the size of Prince Edward Island. It's outside, you know, it's in the GTA. People say, well, the green belt, you know, looks nice. Green space always looks nice. Well, hang on a second now. That 1.8 million acre green belt, which is bigger than Prince Edward Island, by the way, you know what it does every day? it inhales carbon dioxide, and it exhales oxygen. So it serves as a massive lung, which is helping our quality of life here. We've made a lot of headway in just 4 short years. There are only so many things that we can do as a government across the province. Families want to do their part as well. Well, here's what we know. If you live in a typical home that's more than 25 years old, you can cut your energy use by 1/3 just by making simple upgrades. And our government wants to help Ontarians with that. So if you're shopping for a new appliance at a place like Bad Boy, for example, if you choose an energy-efficient appliance, we'll reward you for it with an 8% retail sales tax exemption on Energy Star appliances. People have to understand there's a connection between electricity and our contribution to global warming. Here in Ontario, unlike a few other places in the world, we have to use carbon-based fuels to make our electricity, which means every time you stick a plug in and turn on a switch somewhere, you're actually using carbon-based fuels and you're contributing to global warming. So if we can get you to use more energy-efficient appliances and use less electricity around the house, not only does that save you money, but it means we're better assuming our responsibility as global citizens in the face of a global challenge. We know Ontarians want to help, and so we're helping them make some other choices as well. So we're working with retailers and utilities to promote more energy-efficient light bulbs. You know, we're banning energy-inefficient light bulbs in Ontario. We're promoting conservation with a new environmental curriculum. One of the things we learned when it comes to the 3 Rs is that the best way to change the habits of Ontarians is to go through our children in their schools. So we're promoting more environmental curriculum in our schools. We're even ruffling some feathers by supporting the Flick Off campaign. You might have heard something about that. Retailers like Bad Boy that support these efforts can help all of us work in small ways to make a big difference. By using less energy in our homes, not only are we saving money, we help reduce greenhouse gas emissions. And by reducing these emissions, we're building a stronger Ontario, a healthier planet, and a brighter future for all our children. Thank you very much. Thank you.